I'm Paul Hart, and I'm an athlete. Woo! I was adopted. I was very young. I was born in lovely town of Jamaica. I don't know, probably like 3 or 4 years old when I was adopted a long time ago, but I didn't know if I would have a family or not at all, but I was very happy I had a family who really loved me, supported me.
Paul as a kid was he was energetic, he's very affectionate, very social, fun. He liked to have fun. I think one of the challenges was we weren't really sure about what the nature of his disabilities were, so there was kind of a long process of figuring that out and then figuring out what he needed from there. So that was a journey, shall we say.
It was very hard for me. A lot of people pick on me a lot of time, but people used to call me names sometimes, but I know who I really am.
You know, I think like a lot of kids, you know, he had that energy, he had a lot of joy, but I think like a lot of kids, he was kind of looking for his place to shine. You know, I think every kid wants to find that place where they really belong, where they can really, you know, be in the spotlight and do well. So Special Olympics really became that place where he could really be himself. He was met where he was, and he could really, you know, shine and have that opportunity to be his best, and people would meet him right where he was.
I've been doing Special Olympic for a long time. I first started Special Olympic in Boston, Massachusetts. I was probably 8 or 9 years old when I first started. I did track and field.
We had this kind of mind-blowing aha moment, and it was Paul's first competition. It was in Massachusetts, and it was just amazing. It was amazing because, you know, for the world to not fit very well, for someone with intellectual disabilities and always navigating these challenges, to all of a sudden have this space and this atmosphere that's made for them, where they can totally be themselves and be full of joy, and they get to shine. They get to be in the center of attention was just, you know, just amazing. It just totally filled our hearts, and we were like, wow, this is really something.
When I first saw powerlifting, I say to myself, wow, that's awesome. That's an awesome sport, and I would love to do that someday. Powerlifting was my first sport. I've been doing it for, oh my God, I don't know, a long time. Powerlifting and more confidence. I train extra hard and just keep saying, nothing will knock me down. I'll keep going back up. That's why I always do it.
He might not know exactly how much he's lifting at a given time, but he knows, and you know, we keep track of his records, and so he can brag to his cousins and his uncles and friends and be like, you know, can you, you know, and to us, like, Dad, can you lift 480 pounds? Dad, can you lift 500 pounds? No, you can't. So he feels really good about what he can do, which is awesome.
Apart from the sports part, especially here in Colorado, the other opportunities that he's had has really made a difference.
Megan said, "Hey, I found a great job for you. It's a fun job working with the Denver Nuggets." And I say, "Sweet, I would love to do that." So a lot of people see me on court or on TV or somewhere. So I did the Nuggets, the Avalanche, and the Mammoth. I do a lot of T-shirt toss, a lot. The fans are the best part. I met some players. I met a lot as well.
He had 2 amazing years being part of the hype squad for the Nuggets, working with the Avalanche, the Colorado Mammoth lacrosse team, and You know, he loved being out there. He's out there throwing out t-shirts. He's with Rocky. He would get to go to, like, the Nuggets would have these takeover events at unified sporting events at high schools, and he would be there as part of the hype squad and yet get to be part of this Special Olympics event. You know, that was an amazing opportunity, and it's one of multiple opportunities that really, doors that open because of Special Olympics.
I've been an athlete leader for a long time, and I love it very much. I'm a very kind person, and I love to help new people a lot. That's what I love to do. I love to help. I just graduated from Athlete Leader University. I did communication. I learned a lot of things about athlete leaders as well after I graduated as well. And I want to become a role model for a lot of other athletes. You can meet a lot of people, a lot you can do. You take a lot of classes you can do as well. You will learn.
I do think that the model of it being like this is a learning environment and calling it a university and his pride around like, I'm gonna have a robe. I wasn't expecting necessarily that still was an important piece. The kind of having an experience that he knows a lot of people have, but wouldn't otherwise.
I started Howard when it first opened. So people always come in asking, how your day been, how you good, what's your favorite ice cream? I don't know, I pick every, they have a lot of different flavor ice cream, a lot, and it's just really, really good as well.
When good things happen for Paul, it just is always a huge relief for us. But the work at Howdy, particularly being set up so they have just enough accommodations that would be pretty subtle for anyone who was visiting, but things like they don't have to read the names of the ice cream. They're color coded.
It's amazing that Special Olympics gives people like Paul these athletic opportunities, and he can, you know, powerlifting alone would be an amazing experience, but I think we've been really blown away by the impact of Special Olympics going beyond the athletic fields and creating, you know, helping corporations and businesses be more inclusive and welcoming, and helping schools be more inclusive and welcoming. And I just think that's awesome because and leadership development through Athlete Leadership University. I mean, all of it's good. If it was just sports, that would be great, but the impact is really phenomenal, like throughout, and all these ripples through society. It's awesome. I would be really proud of Paul if he wasn't a record-holding power lifter, but that's really cool. And I think all of us, and kids and young adults, it's hard to really soak that in and believe it.
He may not know that he has overcome a lot, but we see him with his whole story. And medical people, teachers, people would not have did not see the potential. Like, what Paul can do now was not what people said he was going to be able to do. Physical limitations as well as other capacities. So, you know, that's just amazing. Even if he wouldn't see himself as, I've overcome a lot, I've come through a lot of challenges. We know he has.
Special Olympics in my life was confidence, working hard, perseverance, and don't quit. If you want to do something really good in your life, go for it. I made a quote myself, and quote is, rule number 1, don't give up. Rule number 2, listen to the number 1. I'm not a quitter. I just want to keep going and push myself because that's what I want to do.